Its discovery was one of the greatest turning points in human civilization. A moment when prehistory stopped. History began, and humanity never looked back. Or could look back whenever it wanted to. Because in the cradle of civilization, between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, ancient Mesopotamians created one of humanity's greatest inventions: writing. Around 3400 BCE, in the city of Uruk, the world's earliest known writing system was born: Cuneiform. Cuneiform, derived from the Latin word cuneus meaning wedge, was named for the wedge-shaped marks made by pressing a stylus into clay to make special symbols. Its three essential tools were a reed, a fresh clay tablet, and a skilled artisan who knew how deep, how tight, and at what angle the reed had to be pressed. These wedge-shaped symbols formed the foundation of cuneiform, a system which constantly evolved during its 4,000-year existence. Cuneiform is not an alphabet. It doesn't have letters. It utilizes characters to write words or syllables which then have to be interpreted and deciphered by the reader. Any given cuneiform sign can have multiple sound values and meanings. And any sound can be expressed by more than one sign and in different languages that the reader has to understand. Without a context and knowledge of Akkadian, Sumerian, or Hittites, it is impossible to understand the text. Which makes cuneiform extremely difficult to write and read, and only scribes or people with the acquired skills could manage to do so. These characteristics also made deciphering the cuneiform tablets in the late 19th century a much harder task than the decipherment of Egyptian hieroglyphics. Because the decipherment of the signs had to happen simultaneously with reconstruction of dead ancient languages such as Sumerian, Akkadian, and Hittite. But a trilingual inscription dating back to the Persian king Darius in the 6th century BCE provided clues. The text contained Old Persian, Babylonian, and Elamite. Using contemporary Persian as a starting point, scholars were able to decipher the name of Darius in the Old Persian text. Seeing how often it was repeated, they searched for corresponding symbols repeated as often in the Babylonian and Akkadian texts. Once they deciphered the symbols for Darius, they had a starting point. While scholars deciphered more and more symbols and words, hundreds of tablets the ancient scribes had used as dictionaries or references in the past were excavated. These helped scholars find more corresponding words and symbols in both Akkadian and Sumerian. As they deciphered cuneiform, they were also able to unlock these ancient languages. It was a long and arduous process that took the efforts of many tenacious scholars around the world. But how did these simple cuneiform symbols evolve into a system that recorded everything from epic poetry to legal codes? Cuneiform began as a system of pictograph, simple drawings representing objects and ideas. Early scribes used it for bookkeeping, records of trade, agricultural inventories, and temple offerings. Over time, these symbols became more abstract, evolving into a system that could represent sounds, syllables, and even complex ideas. This transformation allowed scribes to record not just quantities, but names, laws, and stories. Many names of famous ancient kings and their deeds survive, thanks to cuneiform tablets and inscriptions on temple and palace walls. The transition from pictographs to a phonetic system marked a significant leap, as it enabled the recording of spoken language in written form. Cuneiform's versatility helped it spread across the ancient Near East. By 2500 BCE, it was used in Sumer, Akkad, Elam, and in 1200 BC, even as far as the Hittite Empire. Each culture adapted this script for their own language, from Sumerian and Akkadian to Hittite and Old Persian. As cuneiform spread, it became the medium for recording everything from business, transactions, and diplomatic correspondence to literature and legal codes. The Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the world's oldest known literary works, was written in cuneiform on clay tablets. Cuneiform was more than just a writing system. It was a tool for administration, governance, and culture. The Babylonian Code of Hammurabi, a set of laws inscribed on a stone stele, remains one of the most famous cuneiform texts. It provides insight into the legal and social structures of ancient Mesopotamia. Another important example of cuneiform is the Treaty of Kadesh signed between the Hittites and the Egyptians in 1259 BCE. It is the oldest known peace treaty in the world. Both sides wrote their version of the treaty in cuneiform in the Akkadian language and exchanged tablets. Ramses II's surviving version is on display in the Istanbul Archaeological Museum in Turkey. Thanks to this small cuneiform tablet, Ramses II talks to us from a distant past.
Ramesses, the great king, king of Egypt, has made himself in a treaty upon a silver tablet with Hattusili, the great king, king of the land of Hatti. He is my brother, and I am his brother. He is at peace with me, and I am at peace with him forever. And we will create our brotherhood and our peace, and they will be better than the former brotherhood and peace of Egypt and Hatti.
It was a very important peace treaty and probably one of the very earliest, if not the earliest, peace treaty in the world. And as such, you can still see it today exhibited in the entrance to the Security Council of the United Nations in New York.
As empires rose and fell, so too did the use of cuneiform. By the 1st century CE, the script had largely fallen out of use. replaced by alphabetic scripts that were easier to learn and use. Yet, the legacy of cuneiform endures. Today, thousands of cuneiform tablets discovered in Mesopotamia and Turkey give life and meaning to our ancient past, offering valuable insights into the lives, beliefs, and innovations of early civilizations. The study of cuneiform has not only enriched our understanding of history, but also highlighted the enduring power of writing as a tool for communication and preservation. Cuneiform may no longer be in use, but its impact is everlasting. As one of the first writing systems, it paved the way for the written word, enabling humanity to record its thoughts, ideas, and history. In the marks left by an ancient scribe's stylus, we continue to find the origins of our own story.